Have you ever wondered if you could actually talk to animals? Or maybe you've thought, well, that's only for people with special gifts, right? Well, today I want to tell you the truth about animal communication, what it is, how it works, and who can do it. I'm Dr. Cara Gubbins. I'm a professional animal communicator and the founder of the Animal Communicator Academy. My mission is to help all animal lovers become confident animal communicators so they can help their pets, they can become a professional, or they can add animal communication to their current profession. My vision is to see animal communicators in every home, every veterinarian's office, every animal rescue or sanctuary or center, or any place there are humans and animals together. I want there to be animal communicators there too. So let's get into what is animal communication, how does it work, and who can do it. Let's start by debunking some myths. There are three big myths that are super, super common. And they're myths, they're just not true. Number one is that you have to be psychic to do this. And that's just a big fat no. That's like saying only certain people are allowed to learn a language. Animal communication is really a skill. It's a language of energy and intuition that anybody can learn. And we're all born with intuition. It's just that some people are never taught how to use it. So it's like you have the hardware, you just don't know what button to push. You don't know how to access that hardware. You are wired for this. Myth number two is that animal communication is all in your head. And this is mostly what skeptics say. People who are closed minded, who aren't open to it, who have no direct experience with it, who have preconceived ideas. But also, a lot of students, when they're starting out learning animal communication, also have this as a myth or some self-talk or some worry, concern. But the truth is, when we receive information from animals, sorry, I'm like all bumbly today. When we receive information intuitively from animals, it can feel like it's our imagination at first because it comes through the same intuitive channels that our imagination operates from. So I understand this concern that people have, but with practice, that reception becomes very clear and consistent and undeniably real. So our imagination is a great tool to help us access information through our inner senses. And that's really what animal communication, intuitive animal communication is about. It's about using our natural senses, but it's the inner subtle version of them that works with energy, not with, big stuff like touching things, right? Myth number three is that animal communication is somehow dangerous. Or conversely, that it's like too woo woo, it's too out there, it's not grounded in reality. But the truth is that animal communication is based in love, being present, and being connected. There's nothing spooky, there's nothing dark, there's nothing evil, there's nothing sinful or counter to love that is part of intuitive communication with animals. It's really just connecting with a loving, open heart between yourself and another being and sharing your thoughts, your feelings, and information through that channel of love that you create together. In fact, it often leads to really deep healing for you and for the animals that you connect with and for anybody else involved. If you're doing animal communication for another person, the messages that are transferred, the feelings that are transferred can be truly transformational and truly healing. And there's nothing dangerous or scary about love and healing. It's who we are, it's how we're made, it's what we're here for. So those are the three common myths that I think hold people back from even exploring and looking into animal communication. And I really see animal communication as a pivotal ingredient in the spiritual evolution of humanity. So as we are listening to animals, we're opening ourselves up to deeper wisdom about life, about love, about healing, about our purpose, about where we fit into the tapestry of all life on planet Earth. And the thing is that the animals are ready to share. We as humans just need to slow down and listen. So animal communication does help us understand our pets better, of course, but it also helps us understand ourselves better. It also helps us understand different perspectives better. And it brings peace in times of uncertainty or upset. It helps us make decisions with confidence. And it reminds us that we're not alone. We're part of a vast, interconnected web of life with love, intelligence, healing, connection, and belonging, all part of that web of life. The journey of every aspiring animal communicator involves one pivotal moment. And for some people, it takes a long time to get there. For some people, it doesn't. But it's what I call a breakthrough animal communication session. So understanding what's holding people back, understanding what's possible, but also understanding the pathway, how we get there, what we do. I think it's going to help familiarize people with what animal communication is and how it works. So I want to share just a little bit about how I got to where I am and my animal communication breakthrough session. So I wasn't born like with this natural ability to communicate intuitively with animals. I actually have a PhD in biology. I was trained in science and facts and what I could measure. But through my whole life, there was something inside of me that always felt like there was more. Like I was missing a layer of connection that was available, but I just wasn't sure how to access it. And I dreamed of direct two-way communication with animals. And it wasn't until I confessed that dream to a friend of mine 16 years ago, and then sat quietly with her dog Bear, that I felt something shift. I was sitting at her kitchen table, and she had me ask Bear why she was mad at my friend's husband. And right away, I received messages from Bear that came in a combination of words and images and feelings. And it was so unexpected and so clear that I couldn't ignore it. And my friend confirmed that every piece of information I got was accurate. And then she made me do it again with a follow-up question, and it worked again. And I was just like, poof, mind blown. And this was my breakthrough animal communication session. And this was really that pivotal moment where it began my true journey into two-way intuitive animal communication. This breakthrough, we've been talking a lot about it in the Animal Communicator Academy lately, and how do you know when it's happened, and how do you get there? And since I've had my breakthrough session, I've had literally thousands of communications with thousands of animals. Some are living, some are in spirit, some are in person, some are at a distance. And I've helped people literally all over the world connect with their beloved animal companion. And that breakthrough moment is the one that ignites that inner knowing and confidence of understanding that this is a skill I've worked to build this skill, to grow this skill, and what I'm doing works. I know how to do this, and I know it's really happening. I equate it to that feeling of falling in love. Like, before you fall in love, you're like, how will I know? What is it like? And everybody's like, well, I can't describe it, but you'll just know. And to me, that animal communication breakthrough session is the same way. Something shifts inside of you. It's a qualitative change, not a quantitative change. It's not that you did X number of things for X number of hours. It's that your experience of it is different this time. So if you are an aspiring animal communicator or a student of animal communication, keep going until you get that moment. That's really what I want to say to you. Because what I've learned is that what matters most isn't talent or natural ability, it's willingness. And it's willingness to be open, to trust, and to practice. So as you're practicing, as you're leaning into animal communication, you might be asking yourself, how does it actually work? Well, animal communication works through our intuitive senses. So our thoughts, our feelings, inner images, inner sounds, inner sensations. It's really about monitoring our body on a very fine-tuned level. So rather than big loudspeakers, it's really finding awareness of the very subtle, energetic, intuitive information that's available to us through our inner senses. So that's why it feels like imagination, because that's one of our manifestations of our inner senses. So intuitive animal communication can come through thoughts or feelings, images, sounds, physical sensations, memories that are triggered, information that you've forgotten about, songs, license plates that you've seen, like anything that's already inside of you can be used as an intuitive catalyst, I guess, or intuitive symbol for the messages that are being received from an animal. Because animals don't use words and language like we do, but they do use energy. And we also use energy. We just are so focused on what we can see and hear and touch that we have really lost the awareness of how we're hardwired to be able to also tap into our intuitive and energetic information. So energy has no boundaries, and that's why an animal communicator can communicate with a dog in the next room or a horse on the other side of the globe. When we quiet our minds, set an intention, and open our hearts, we create a space where animals can share their messages with us and where we're open to being able to receive them. The trick, the challenge for most of us is learning to trust what we receive, especially if it feels very subtle at first. That's a whole nother video. So I do have other videos about that, and I will create a new video if that's something that is really intriguing to you. You want to learn more about how to trust what you receive, then we can go deeper into that. But I want to just, have this kind of general opening introduction to animal communication because I believe that this is an ability that's available to every human being on the planet. And you don't need to be a psychic. You don't need to meditate for hours. You don't have to go to a mountaintop. If you love animals and you feel drawn to animal communication and you're willing to practice, then you have everything you need to be able to succeed. I've seen students from all different backgrounds, lawyers, retirees, scientists, artists, be able to do this. The transformation is incredible and it's available to everyone. So if something in your heart is saying yes to animal communication, my invitation for you is to, yes, lean into that, follow that nudge, don't ignore it. Follow that curiosity. That's your intuition guiding you, showing you the path, showing you your next steps. And if you are ready to take your next step, I have a program that will guide you every step of the way. It's called the Animal Communicator Academy. And it's where I'll teach you how to build your intuitive connection so that you can experience direct two-way communication with animals and grow your confidence as an animal communicator. Whether you want to deepen your personal connection with the animals in your family or you want to become a professional animal communicator, the path is really the same, and I've got your back for this. So, to wrap up, can anyone really talk to animals? The answer is an unequivocal yes. And the real question is, are you listening? Will you listen? That's the question to ask yourself. Are you willing to slow down, to take the time to do things differently so that you can be successful as an intuitive animal communicator? I hope your answer is yes. I would love for you to be part of my vision of seeing 1,000,000 animal communicators, 1,000,000,000 animal communicators around the world. And I know that you can do this. And I'm here to help if you would like some help. So if this resonates with you, please like, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified for future videos. And if it really calls to you, come join me in the Animal Communicator Academy. Thanks for being you, and thanks for being part of the solution that our planet needs, and thanks for helping animals. Have a great day.